My Move the Chains audience, how are we doing tonight? It is a terrific Tuesday. I'm recording this a little bit later tonight than I wanted to, but I got a lot to get to today. Kind of going from both sides like I always do with the Texans Cowboys. My voice sounds a lot better. I had a lot of mucus in there. Sound a lot better. Two teams going different directions in the state of Texas. Steers and Queers from Texas, boy. Woo! Full Metal Jacket, great movie. So, last night I witnessed two teams, like I just mentioned, going in opposite directions. The Cowboys, wow. I mean, this is just... I'm almost laughing because I just expect it every time now. And I don't feel bad. A part of me feels bad for Bear fans because they have not done shit since 1985 and not gotten a ring. And the Bears historically are just shitty, well run. I mean, like I said yesterday, bad franchises find ways to lose games they should win, and the Bears are that. Now, if I had to pick a team that I would want to be, I would want to be the Bears because at least I have a quarterback on a rookie contract that I could kind of build this team around. You don't have that in Dallas. I mean, I read this morning, or this afternoon, Coward was talking about Dak Prescott's $90 million cap hit. I mean, that blew my mind. And he's hurt. I mean, the Achilles went through the bone. I can't even imagine that. So, Dallas got a lot of issues. But it comes back to this with Dallas. It starts ends with Jerry Jones. And I've been screaming this for 17 years. That's why I hate the Cowboys, in my own opinion. I've always said they always got talent. I'm not disputing that. But they just don't win enough. They choke when it matters. And I was thinking today what the Cowboys should do, and I've read some different stuff, and I had a lot of thoughts going through my head today. What I want to talk about the Cowboys. It's great having you guys in. Is that if I'm the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, when he won in the 90s, when Jimmy and Jerry were running it. Now again, they should have kept Jimmy, but, two egos going at it. That name Jerry, I've said before, rings and screams ego. Can't just take a step back, Jerry. You got to be the ringleader, okay? I do think they should go get Dion. And because I'm hearing more and more that Dion is going to be the Cowboys coach. I could be wrong. I don't know. And then they draft Shador. Now, that would be great. And that's what Jerry should do. Will he? Probably not. He'll go with the safe bet. He does this all the time. I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not. And that's what Jerry should do, because if he wants to win a Super Bowl, like he talks about all the damn time, then go out and go do it. You're a risk taker. You took a risk in the 90s. When you were winning Super Bowls, you said, I'm going to go get Deion frickin' Sanders. And what'd you do? You went out and got him from the San Francisco 49ers, your rival in the NFC. A powerhouse at the time, before Green Bay kind of got into that window when they had Favre and Holmgren and Ron Wolf running the ship. So you need to go all in, Jerry. You got to go all in. Like, this is now. And that whole all in my ass in the offseason, it didn't mean shit to me. Because you didn't go get Derrick Henry. He was $8 million. Like, you got enough money. You're the biggest sports franchise in terms of net worth in America. And you make excuses for why you can't have them? I mean, it's almost comical. They had Amari Cooper there. And then I heard rumors that, I wanted to do save the cap room and all this shit. Like, that's going to solve anything. And clearly it hasn't. Because you caved in on Dak, and you gave him more money than you should have. I mean, you kept hanging on to this deal, which was stupid. And you signed him for the year. For the season. So that was a huge distraction going into the offseason. And CeeDee Lamb, the same thing. So, I just, with Jerry, you got to go do something big because whatever you're doing is not working. You're playing it way too safe. When you went all in your life, you've won big. Super Bowls, NFC Championship games, elite teams in the 90s. And now Jerry's just, I'm cool, bro. I'm good. You're not good, Jerry. You need to go all in and go do something. And forget Dak Prescott. It's over, man. And even before the season, and before he got hurt, this team was trash. I mean, they're just a depleted talent. And like today, how could you as a Cowboy fan go, I believe we got a plan? You don't have a plan at all. The Giants suck. I see they got a plan. I see they got a plan. They draft a quarterback, they keep Dayball, and they let this shit go. And they get something going. Carolina, they suck, but I'm seeing them the last couple of weeks make strides to be a better football team. Building their staff with Dave Canales and those guys in Carolina. You're seeing it. And they got to find out if Bryce Young can play. I don't know if he can or not. But maybe like the Anthony Richardson thing, you kind of sit him down, you bench him, you let him sit back from about 30,000 feet and go, okay, this is how I got to handle shit. Protections, mics, Kate, all that stuff that a quarterback has to do in the NFL. So I just feel like, to me, with Dallas, you got to go get Dion. You got to go get his kid. And I'll throw something crazy out at you, and you guys can leave comments with me or not. Trade Micah for 3 first-round picks and load up this roster. Because you need a revamp, man. At everywhere. It's not just, I need a quarterback. Okay, you do need that. You need some young youth at that position. No question. But your offensive line's getting really old. It's so pass protection. It's meh. You got no run game. Which Dak has never had when he has to throw up more than 40, he ain't that kind of quarterback. So you got to get a run game. Worst running back room in the league. You're very thin at receiver. Had you kept Amari Cooper, now I'm sitting here going, okay, maybe get a receiver 3rd round, 4th. Like, there's some wiggle room there. But I heard a cap flexibility in my ass. You didn't do that. And what have you done ever since he left? Dak's a different quarterback without Amari than with him when he is with him. So Dallas, to me, I'm just like in a weird spot. And then Jerry, I hate being mean because I'm not at that 80-year-old mark yet. But Jerry Jones reminds me, like at least comments he's saying, like, we've won the 6th most games since our last Super Bowl. Like, hey, Jerry, you've won the 11th most. You're kind of a shit franchise. Shut the fuck up. He's starting to remind me of Joe Biden. Good old Joe. Falling over his bike. And he's reminding me of Will Ferrell from Wedding Crashers. Where, they asked, Will and Wilson's asking him, like, where'd you meet the girl? And he goes, I got her yesterday, yeah. I drove to a cemetery nearby and her boyfriend just died. In a hang gliding accident. Oh, honey, look, I'm dead. That's what it reminds me of Jerry when he's saying all this crazy shit. Like, do they not know? Like, something's going on here. Like, I'm trying to connect the dots. So, a lot to connect with Dallas. Listen, McCarthy's a good coach. Like, can we stop with this nonsense? Like, he can't coach. Jerry hired him because he needed a job and he's controlling him. He's a puppet master. Jerry should go get Dion because he can fight back to Jerry and not like just say yes, sir, like a puppet master. You got to go all in and go get a coach, elite one, and go get Deion Sanders. That's my takeaway from Dallas' side. That was a handful, but I just had to say it. Houston last night. What a win. You needed that win. You've lost 3 out of your last 4. And to start 5-1, you were kind of sputtering a little bit. But you ran the football last night. And that's the difference to me in this Texans team to where they were last year with C.J. Stroud, which I miss that C.J. Stroud a lot. I do. And I think you can find it again. I think having Nico back last night was huge. He was on my fantasy team. But just his presence, the Mike Evans kind of quality and the vibe to him, you felt it last night. That first play of the game had a knockout call back. That's the kind of breakaway ability this kid has. Not just in the short game, quick take a screen and go, but also on every route you want to throw at the book. And him and Stroud have a great combo. Joe Mixon's been a great addition to this team. Running the ball, catching it. He's a great player, top 5 back in football. Their offensive line looked a lot better last night. And defensively, they got dudes everywhere, man. I was looking up last night, and I saw Danielle Hunter get in the action. I saw, oh, God, who would Derek Barnett, the Super Bowl guy from the Eagles, is on the Texans. I don't even remember. I mean, I know Matt Heitman, he was like, Derek Barnett, I don't know. He won the Super Bowl a couple years ago with that fumble recovery. He had a big touchdown last night. And I'm selling D'Amico Ryan. I am buying his stock because this guy, I mean, I saw a cool story last night, like when J.J. Watt was playing in Houston, because him and D'Amico played early on. And D'Amico's still playing, I think, near the end, near his career. And I got to tell you, I'm buying stock in D'Amico long term because that guy can coach. That guy's a player. Dan Campbell vibes. He sets a culture. They're good, man. Now, listen, they have not, to me, been as good as they were last year, but I think the expectations got risened a little bit to that standard. And C.J. Stroud's had a little bit of a wall. I'm not saying it's, like, bad. He's still a good player. But he's kind of hit a wall. Like, it hasn't looked as good as I think. But I think with the combination of the offensive line being in and out and all that, you got to contextualize stuff when guys are struggling. I got to do that to a lot of these guys. So, I don't know. Houston, to me, they're going to win the South easy because I don't trust the Colts. Kind of I could trust, but no. Titans are kind of a ways away until they're really good. I like Brian Callahan a lot, the coach. And maybe Will Levis got some, I'm not sure, but they might go get a quarterback and start that thing over. And Jacksonville's just a mess. So, Houston going forward should win this division. Them and the Colts probably would be my two. Maybe Jacksonville gets together. I don't know. But last night to me was more Dallas just being so bad and how evident it was last night. I mean, good God, man, there was 93,000 people in those seats last night. It was empty. I could have gone to the game last night. I mean, so a lot of shit going on with the Cowboys. They got to do a reset and start to recap that game last night. Houston, you're a playoff team, man. You got Nico back. Now it's time to get this ship in the high gear and start rolling because I think you got the potential to go into Kansas City or beat an AFC team or Chargers, somebody, and shock their day. So that's all I wanted to say on here tonight. Hope you guys like the video. Subscribe, hit the like, subscribe, share button. Stay tuned throughout the week. I got a lot more videos coming, a lot more content. And talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.